What's up guys, Nax Tech here, and this is the one that a lot of you have been waiting for. It's my full review on the Nexus 10. Now, the Nexus 10 is a great tablet. I've had it for a little under a week and I've found very little wrong with it, and it's just so good. I've made so many videos on specific videos like browser performance, video performance, so if you want to go check those out, please do. I'm going to start off by saying and talking about the new tablet interface. If you've ever used an Android tablet before, this isn't how it looked. They've changed it. Before, like on my Transformer Prime, there used to be a menu in the bottom right that had your notifications and you could access settings and whatnot from there. That's all different now. Now you've got this kind of uniform back, home and multitasking, a lot like the Nexus 4, so it's a lot more like the phone now. And originally I actually didn't like this. I thought I'd miss the tablet UI, and I've got to say I don't. I went back to the Transformer Prime and I kind of forgot how to use it. Once you've used this, you really don't want to go back. On the top left here, you've got your notifications shade that comes all the way down and fits to where the notifications are. And on the right, you've got your settings, quick settings menu with brightness, Wi-Fi, battery, and straight into settings if you want it to go to settings. Once you get used to that and use it for a little while, it's much better. It's much better than what it was before, actually. So that's one thing to note. I didn't like it before, but after a while I have decided that I do like it now. So that's that. Moving on to the main thing about this tablet is its awesome display. It's got a resolution of 2560 by 1600, making it the highest resolution on any tablet. Yes, that is including the Retina display on the iPad 4 and iPad 3. So well done to Google and Samsung who made this tablet. It's a great screen, and you can just see it every time you turn it on. Everything is so sharp. Every little icon here is particularly sharp. You see every bit of detail perfectly all the time. Text is absolutely fantastic. You cannot fault it. It is like looking at a book. It is that clear. I can't zoom in here, but I'll show you another example. But this is literally, you can't see any pixels. It is like the printed word. It is absolutely fantastic. Now, to drive this resolution, we're going to need a beast of a processor, and it doesn't fail there either. It's got the Exynos 5250 with the new Mali 604 GPU, and it's a dual core at 1.7 gigahertz, and it flies. It really does. It manages to push all these pixels all the time, and it keeps the experience absolutely buttery smooth. I mean, there's no frame drops whatsoever at any point. Going into the menus are super quick. There's never any issues whatsoever. If we just go back out, go back in, do that again. Super speed. It is a really powerful tablet. Now, a lot of you were asking, is there light bleed and how do the blacks look? Well, let me first talk about the color reproduction in general. Colors are fantastic. Let me show you an image here that I downloaded. Not the black image, some of the pictures on here, and they just look so clear. I mean, you can zoom in and everything, all the detail is absolutely amazing. The color reproduction is brilliant. You know, colors are vibrant, clear, really nice. If we go over to this one, you can see the black is black, you know, the blue looks beautiful there. If we go over again to here, it is crystal clear. Sometimes it's so clear it actually looks like it's popping out of the screen. It actually looks 3D. So it's fantastic. You can zoom right in and you can't, you know, it's all to do with the resolution of your picture because the screen portrays everything beautifully. Now, a lot of people are asking, does it have light bleed? So I've gone ahead and downloaded a pure black image, and we'll see here. And you can kind of see that it does suffer from what most tablets suffer on light bleed, and there's a bit here. I think it looks worse on camera than it does in real life, to be honest with you. You know, I haven't noticed it in day-to-day use. There is some light bleed on the right here and some light bleed on the left. But seriously, you don't notice it. I think all tablets seem to have a little bit of this problem, but I'd say my Transformer Prime has more light bleed. Just a bit there, a tad there, and a few bits there, but that's all you can kind of see. Otherwise the image is pretty much pure black. I don't know how well that's coming across on the camera, but it is very, very black and very good. So that's the light bleed test that I'm going to perform. Like I said, you know, you can't see it when the colours are on. You can't see it. I haven't seen it, and it hasn't bugged me at any point in anything. I'm just going to go ahead and open a website just to show you some text that I can zoom into a bit clearer. And you'll see again, it's so very clear, so very clean. You cannot see any pixels whatsoever there. It is super, super sharp. It's just so good for the resolution. It really, really is. So yeah, let me go back out of that. So next up, guys, I'm going to talk about the multitasking, because loads of people are asking me questions. How does it multitask? Firstly, I just want to say it's got 2 GB of RAM, so that's really nice. You know, it should keep everything in memory. You know, it shouldn't have to reload the widgets when it comes out of apps. And it does it very well. Every time I get up in the morning, I come downstairs, you know, I turn on my tablet and I answer the questions that people have asked me on YouTube through my Gmail. And it multitasks beautifully. If I go ahead and show you, this is what I do every morning. I reply to the messages, open it in both browser. It loads up very quickly, as you can see there, and I answer the question and I go back to my email and boom, I'm back in and I'm answering another question and boom, I'm back out and I'm back in the browser. It is very, very snappy and very quick. I'll go ahead and open some more apps to show you. We'll open Tapatalk, we'll open Flickster, and we'll open Twitter. We'll open the gallery as well, why not? Why not, right? And let's have a look. So let's say I'm browsing around, I want to check my Twitter, go ahead, do it. That's how quickly it can do it. Back out, I want to go and check out a movie time, yeah, sure, why not? Let's have a look at the Bond movie, play trailer and play trailer. It's going to go ahead and play. And there it goes, it's playing. Wait a minute, I want to do something else. I want to go check out XDA forums. I can go ahead and do that. You know, this thing multitasks. The best device I've ever seen for multitasking. It is fantastic. We want to go ahead and quickly check out a picture maybe, or you know, if I go ahead and check out a picture and I want to go ahead and tweet about it, I can do it that quickly. So, you know, multitasking is an absolute breeze. It is absolutely stunningly fast, really. And it has, obviously because of Android, it has the true multitasking experience of running the apps in the background instead of kind of freezing them. I'll go ahead and open the File Explorer as well, just to add some more. So I've got all these apps open here and I can flick between my Gmail, I can answer some questions, go back out, I can carry on watching this trailer. I can go back out and, you know, I can go into Tapatalk, answer some more questions, check out a picture. I can go ahead and, whoops, wrong one. I can go ahead and tweet about how good the multitasking is. So this should pretty much answer all your multitasking questions, right? It's very quick, it's very fluid. I use the multitasking a lot more on this than I ever have on Android, just because of the overall speed of it. So I'm going to go ahead and close out these apps now. And yeah, so I've talked about the screen, the hardware inside it, performance on multitasking. Like I said, it is buttery smooth all the time. You really find it hard to push this device. I mean, you can push it by playing like ridiculously high resolution stuff and then trying to multitask, then it might slow down a tad, but I do seriously mean a tad. And you can just see the speed here is phenomenal. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about the gaming performance now. So I said it's got the T604 Mali new GPU, which it does. And I did a whole video on gaming performance, but I didn't realize that my dead trigger wasn't running in full graphics mode. I couldn't get Nova 3 to run in full graphics mode because it doesn't let you, but I could change the settings in this. So I'm going to go ahead and show that to you. I have changed the graphic. If you auto detect, for some reason it picks low. I don't know why that is. I don't know if it knows what GPU I have, but I'm going to go ahead and just up it to to high there. So we've got high now, it is running on high. Let me just go and check that again. So it is high. And I'll go ahead and check out the haunted graveyard. Now, so we're going to have all the effects running now. So let's see how this device performs. And you can see the stuff floating around, the little particle effects. Whoops. And the leaves here you can see, and I can tell you, yes, it's still buttery smooth. There still is no lag, even running on full brightness and full graphics and the resolution that this tablet is running at. It's still performing absolutely beautifully. You can see all the leaves floating around, so the effects are running. The nice lighting effects there. Everything is so super sharp as well on this display. Even games look epically sharp. It's just fantastic. You can see here there is no frame drops in this game. Even when there are zombies around, it doesn't drop frames. I'm not rooted, so I can't run the FPS meter, which I would have done if I was rooted. But I kind of don't want to root this tablet just yet. So we'll have to just judge it by eye, and I can just tell you it's very smooth, and I'm running it on full graphics here, so yeah, fantastic. See, notifications up here is absolutely wonderful. I love having the notifications up there. So yeah, gaming performance is great. Now I'm going to go ahead and talk about browsing performance, and I did a 30-minute long video on browsing performance and how kind of crap Chrome was. So I'm not even going to go into Chrome, okay, I'm going to go into Dolphin. I switch between Dolphin and Boat Browser because they're both very good. I'm going to go ahead and hit Engadget because it's a heavy website. By the way, they've changed their look now, Engadget, so that's interesting to see. And anyway, it's loaded here, and we can zoom down the page, and there's no loading, there's no whites. Everything, especially, I don't know why I can't zoom in here. It used to be able to zoom in. Obviously they've changed something on that website, but it's not letting me zoom in. So I'm going to go ahead and choose another very heavy website, The Verge. You know, this website even brings desktops crashing down and slow, but not this device. I mean, look how quickly it loaded that web page. It's epically fast, and pinch to zoom, you can see everything looks so clear on this display. The only problem is when some websites aren't designed to go on such a display and the pictures aren't such a high resolution, the text looks brilliant, but the picture above looks pixelated. That is something to note. Some websites do not look good on this. But in this browser, the performance is brilliant. One more thing I want to talk to you about the browsers. We know Android 4.1 and above doesn't support a flash officially, but you can go ahead and get the APK and just install it. Now Chrome it won't work with because it doesn't support flash anyway. Dolphin does, but it doesn't work. It just says you're on Android 4.1, therefore you can't use it. Boat browser works, and it works really well. So I'm just going to go ahead here and get over to YouTube. And you know, it loads very nicely, very quickly. Let's go ahead and we'll pick one of my videos, why not? I know it's in 1080p. And it starts loading. You see it is using the flash player, and
what's up, guys?
you know, it plays it perfectly, no frame drops, everything's good. The page isn't quite as responsive as it was without flash, but it's still pretty damn responsive. You know, it's a nice option to have. You can see pinch to zoom is just losing a few frames there, but it's still pretty responsive while it's running. You can go ahead and full screen this just by hitting this button here, and if we get this little menu up and hit 1080p, it will play in 1080p, and you can really take advantage of the full browsing experience here. And it's playing in 1080p and looks great. There is no frame drops. It is playing very smoothly. So yeah, you know, if you get this tablet and you want flash, you have the option. That is a good option. It is something you can do with Android. So great flash performance is another plus for it. Actually, I did a little chart just to show the differences here. I'm just going to go ahead and move that tablet quickly, just to show you the benchmarks and the browser scores. You can see Chrome in SunSpider, which is a JavaScript test, scores 1343. Dolphin scores better, lower is better in this test, by the way, and Boat absolutely destroys it. And that Boat score is actually lower than the iPad 4's. And it gets great in Peacekeeper as well, and that, again, both of these are higher than the iPad 4. So it is great in browser performance, but not in Chrome. Chrome, it kind of sucks, and Google need to sort that out, and that's all I'm going to say, because I've done a whole video on browser performance. So I'm going to go ahead and bring the tablet back here, and I'm going to go and talk about video performance. So I've got some videos on here, and again, I did a video on this. This video here is, let me go ahead and get the details up for you. 2560 by 1440, 18 megabits per second. You know, if it can play this, it can pretty much play anything you're going to throw at it. And guess what? It plays it, and it plays it smoothly. And I mean, you really have to see the screen to believe it. It is so very clear. It is so very beautiful. It will not disappoint you. You'll be able to rip your Blu-rays on here, full 1080p and 35 to 40 megabits per second, and it will play it smoothly. That's just how good the processor is in this thing. It can just handle it. You know, that looks amazing. If you're seriously considering buying this tablet, I hope I can kind of convince you to do it, because there is no problems. I've had no problems. I've actually installed an N64 emulator and Mario 64, and you know, let's check out the performance of this. So we're emulating the N64 here at a very high resolution. So let's see how this performs. Okay, there we go.
Hey, Mario! Hello!
I'm sure you can go ahead and plug in your controller like you would normally do with this.
Dear Mario, please go to the castle. I am there to keep you.
But like I said, the processor and GPU in this are next gen CPUs. It's A15 Cortex A15 processors, which are more efficient and more powerful than the A9 quad cores that you get in the Transformer Prime. So just remember that. Okay, we get it. Can we not skip? Now I know this is the N64 and there's harder emulators out there, but this was just the easiest one for me to get, and someone actually requested it, so I thought I'd add it. There he is, Mario. Oops. You know, and it runs, as you'd expect, beautifully smoothly, and looks very sharp and looks great on this display. So yeah. Now, talking about apps is the biggest thing when it comes to Android, right? There isn't many tablet apps and all that noise. It's true, there isn't. There isn't any really optimized. There are some, but you know, the iPad has a lot more going for it. The good thing about Android is the way it works is an app doesn't have to be optimized for tablets. It can scale up. So even an app that isn't made for tablet can scale up. And I think Twitter did get updated to work on tablets, and it does work, but you can see they lose a lot of, you know, this could be done a lot better. I think Twitter could be done a lot better, but you know, it doesn't have that little thing on the iPad where you have to make it 2 times and stuff looks crap. No, stuff still looks very sharp and very good here, as you'd expect. Let me go ahead, open Flickster. Flickster does have a tablet app and it looks fantastic. You can see they've really used the screen real estate. Again, this hasn't been optimized for this display, but because of the way Android works, it scales up beautifully and it looks absolutely fantastic. You wouldn't know it hadn't been updated to fit this resolution, and that's what's great about Android. This is Rightmove, is an app that is a moving house app. And again, I'm not sure if I'm pretty sure it actually hasn't been optimized to work on this display, but because of the way Android works, and I'll say it again, it scales up beautifully. It doesn't have an issue scaling up to even this size display, so absolutely fantastic. Things look brilliant. I'm going to go ahead now and show you. I'm going to show you one more app actually, the Tapper Talk app, which is a forum app. Again, scales up really well. It's not really, it's kind of, it's just a bigger version of the phone app, but it scales up well. I still want them to go ahead and make more official tablet apps for Android, because you know they are better. And I think that's why Google really released this tablet, so they could kind of push that forward. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and show you the Google Earth, which, you know, on some tablets it absolutely brings down to its knees. It's pretty damn smooth here. I think it's already going to load one that I went to earlier, which may have been Rome. It is Rome. Yeah, the Leaning Tower of Pisa. So you can see it's very quick. It sorted itself out very quick. You can see the 3D maps here. I feel this zooming. I mean, look at that. I haven't felt an Android device that can zoom in this well, clear up this quickly on Google Earth with 3D and manage it absolutely spectacularly. I mean, you can spin it round here and it's running, the frames are very, very high, which is really, really nice to see. And if we go down here and zoom in, tell you what, we'll go and pick, hold on, we'll pick, let's see what events are around here. Yeah, we'll go see the Colosseum. So you can see it's a bit jittery there when it goes to head and load, but once it actually gets going, I'm going to go ahead and cancel this little thing and let it just load up. It's very smooth while panning around. That is very smooth. I have got the images set to high here, high, so you know this is the best quality it can be. I think it will eventually, yeah, clear up. But it's actually usable. If you've ever used this on the Transformer Prime, it's pretty much unusable. And yeah, you can kind of press things and little things open, and it's just so very smooth, much smoother than I've ever had Google Earth, and it's got to be down to the processor. It really does. You know, it runs things, you can glide through towns, and it's just very nice. I mean, there are still some stutters and a few occasional frame drops, but you can zoom all the way out and you can just see how buttery smooth that is and how quick things appear. You know, you can go ahead here and just zoom in, and eventually it will just clear up pretty damn quickly, considering I've got it on high settings. And you can just zoom into this place here and check it out. It's very good, I think. You know, the speed of it is fantastic, and it really shows off the speed of the tablet here just by spinning it around, you know, and doing things that, go ahead, if you've got a Transformer Prime, try and do this. It won't be this smooth, I can promise you. So another +1 in terms of performance. 5 megapixel camera on the back and a 1.3 megapixel camera on the front for your Google Plus Hangouts. I've done videos on both of the rear facing cameras, so you can check out the quality there. And it's actually pretty damn smooth. I've actually been really impressed with it. So yeah, you know, widgets work beautifully. Again, if you go to the lock screen, you've got the lock screen widgets which you can add here. I've just got the Gmail one, and you go ahead and unlock. You know, everything is super fast on this tablet, and if you're thinking about getting it and you're kind of not sure, be sure. Check out all my reviews, because I've done a lot, and you know, it's got the Google Plus as well and all that stuff. I haven't actually turned it on because I don't want it on a tablet. It's just fantastic. The performance is brilliant. I've had very little to any frame drops at any point. You know, here's Google Currents, which is a Google app, which looks absolutely fantastic on this display. You will not be disappointed by this device if you get it. In my opinion, it is in direct competition with the iPad 4. If you've seen my benchmarks, the iPad 4 has a better GPU, but this definitely has a better CPU, so it's kind of 1-1 there. And it really is all going to come down to whether you like Android or iOS. And I prefer Android, and that's why I got it. The build quality is fantastic, no rattles whatsoever. Really nice grippy plastic on the back to hold it. It's a great, great device, and you know, you will not be disappointed with it. You fall in love with the screen straight away. So yeah, anyway guys, hopefully I've shown the full power of the Exynos 5250 to you, and the full power of the Nexus 10. I can't do a review with the iPad because I don't have the iPad to do a review with at the moment, but this has brilliant performance. So I hope you like my review. I hope you like the tablet. I'll see you guys later.